Tubod History reaches throughout time. Tubod in the early times is woodland, otherwise known as a virgin forest, where native inhabitants, called the Mamanwas, having lived. Mamanwas are nomadic in nature. They travel from the hinterlands of Tubod and usually stayed near riverbanks. Mamanwa is derived from the words man, meaning people, and Panwa, meaning jungle, and Mamanwa means a man living in the jungle. The Mamanwa tribe still occupying hinterlands of Tubod, particularly in barangays Kawilan and Motorpol. They were very significant in the beginning of building homes for the Tuboranons and the development of Tubod. Agustin Mendez is recognized as the first Christian settler who developed or discovered the woods. He was an immigrant from Ubay Bohol province during the 19th century, when he began to develop Tubod and mark the town in Surigao del Norte's map. It was Agustin Mendez who organized his first Cabisa de Barangay that created the first sitio. Cabisa, in the Philippine occupation of Spain, was adapted to name founding, leader, as well as its cabecilla, or kagawad, as it is called today. The original Tuboranon in the Cabisa de Barangay founding members were Agustin Mendez, Donato Pacatang, Florencio Galinero, Gabriel Sumania, Matias Calamba, Marciano Dapar, Galanida, Basel, Lumayag, and Barro. Mendez led the Cabisa de Barangay Black, and the young Galanida was their secretary, and the rest were known as Cabisa Council members. To create the name of the newly found sitio, Mendez commissioned a priest from Carrascal, Surigao del Sur, but was not able to come, as the means of transportation at the time was only through the use of the kayak to reach Carrascal to Placer, nearest to Tubod, then via horses to Barangay Timamana. However, Agustin Mendez never stopped dreaming. He requested for a clergyman in Habonga, Agusan del Norte. They crossed Tubod River to Sabang Point of Lake Mainit to reach the sitio and celebrate its founding. Christian settlers believed the importance of a first Christian Mass celebration during foundation. This was probably the root of how Tuboranon were raised religious in the Roman Catholic faith. This was also the day when the new sitio's name was conceived. Reverend Father Sanidad officiated the first Mass and declared the new sitio after his name, Sitio Union Sanidad, on the 3rd of April. Sitio Union Sanidad was mainly of rough roads, community nipa houses where only a few people settled. Its progress began when Barangay Timamana in Placer, where Agustin Mendez first established residence and cultivated farmlands day in and out. They then later transfer his family in Barangay Poblacion to Tubod. Later, through an order from constituted authorities, Sitio Union Sanidad was declared an independent from Barangay Timamana and was called Barangay Tubod come 1908. With Agustin Mendez leading the barangay, he became its first leader and originator, Barrio Lieutenant, and named the woods Tubod from the local dialect term Tuboran, that meant source of water. The early Barangay Tubod has a population roughly 100 people, mostly immigrant from Bohol, Cebu, Leyte, Camiguin, and Surigao. Its main socio-agricultural sources of income were from abaca, coffee, rice, and root crops such as obi, kamote, and calibre. As its progress continued, it became a large source of water, of coconut, copra, and began its own irrigated rice farming. Barangay Tubod is surrounded by mountainous terrain, hills, and the famous Mount Maniayaw standing overlooking the town. Pasturelands and mountain ranges, the presence of the natural deposit, and the mineral resources like gold, silver, copper, chromite, and iron are all God's blessings for the Tuboranon to this very day. Tuboran religious undertaking, Mr. Mendez donating 2 solid wood sculptured patron saints, Peter and Paul, sculpted in the 19th century. Uluway, Town Fest falls every June 29 and June 2029 each year. Thus, Tubod donation for Tubod Municipal Lot and Tubod Roman Catholic Church settlement. Eventually, as per Tubod Municipal Resolution on the 19th survey, asserts Mr. Agustin Austin Mendez as Tuboranon local or municipal hero for our time. Apparently, service of donation from portion of tract land in order to entice people and capture to leave. The political battle exists in Tubod. It led by Mr. Agustin Austin Canot Mendez, establishing Tubod and inherited by famous Tuboranon leaders. They were appointed and elected based on our Tubod Municipal Archives record. Tubod was previously part of the municipality of Mainit, Surigao del Norte. It created by virtue of Executive Order 269 dated on September 18, 1958. And that was the history of Tubod.